All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. Good morning, Jeff.
My dear brother, my good friend, what's happening?
Man, bless, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, brother. I celebrated my wife's birthday this weekend, and it was a just profound success. So when she's happy, I'm happy.
I know that's right. Tell the first lady from the Rickey Smiley Morning Show that we all say happy birthday and hope she see many, many more. I
will, brother. Now listen, man. We, you know who Tom Cotton is, right? And you hear about this dude's lunacy.
The senator from Arkansas?
The senator from Arkansas. Well, you know what? Some of these folks, man, are just so dumb. I don't even know if they're smart enough to be racist. They just dumb as hell. And like Tom Cotton is one of them. Like this idiot is been talking about slavery was a necessary evil, and his goal is to stop schools from teaching the 1619 Project. So for those of you that don't know the 1619 Project, the 1619 Project was created by a brilliant Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist by the name of Nicole Hannah-Jones, and she really is pushing this entire education process that speaks about 1619 as this space where African people were first brought to the United States, and they want to put it in schools. And so the challenge that this idiot is engaged in is literally talking about, and I have to quote him because I just don't want to get it wrong. He said, we have to study the history of slavery and its role and impact on the development of our country, because otherwise we can't understand our country. As the founding fathers said, it was the necessary evil upon which the Union was built, but the Union was built in a way, as Lincoln said, to put slavery on the course to its ultimate extinction. What are you talking about?
Wow.
And what's more important, Rick, is the fact that the 1619 Project is literally trying to ensure that for the first time in our history, we do an accurate analysis of history of slavery and what it did in this country and what it has meant to this country. And listen, we all know that the country was able to become what it was as a result of slavery with the speed that it was. But listen, I just think that we gotta fight with everything we can. And this is part of the reason why we vote, right, Rick? Because idiots like Tom Cotton should not be in elected office because they're not operating in the best interest of any people. I'm not even talking about black people. If you want to intentionally miseducate people, you don't care about them. So that includes some of these other white folks, racist or not, who are more interested in miseducation and ignorance than they are in real education and empowerment. So for those of you that don't know the 1619 Project, please plug into it. For my brothers and sisters in Arkansas, I am sorry, but you know what you're fighting, not just this election, but all the time. And I just got to say this before I get out of here, Rick. I think it's important to again and to continue to announce the fact that Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly, Brett Hankinson, and Miles Cosgrove should be in jail. And they should be in jail right now because they are the 3 murderers who killed Breonna Taylor. And we should not rest. This should not be a hashtag for us. This should not just be a meme for us. We should continue to make the calls and put pressure on the state of Kentucky to do their damn job, because these men should be in jail because they murdered Breonna Taylor. Hey,
Jeff, I'll push it forward. Everybody that play basketball or football for the University of Kentucky, University of Louisville, I wouldn't play the Louisville Cardinals. I wouldn't play a down of anything until justice is served for Breonna Taylor.
Hey, let's do one better. If you go to Ohio State, if you go to the University of Michigan, if you go to, doesn't matter what school you go to.
Come on now.
If we're not serious about putting pressure on the, and these brothers and sisters have so much power. So I agree with you, Rick. This is going to be a really interesting moment. And lastly, on that note, Rick, for those brothers and sisters, whether you are an athlete or whether you are an activist or you are just a citizen who is pushing these movements all over the country, please, brothers and sisters, pay attention to your mental health. You all are dealing with unbelievable levels of trauma and stress and anxiety. And whether it is just working out or whether it is meditation or whether it is therapy, we need you to be good because you are so important to the history of not just our people, but this country. And so please, you all, do mental checks on folks you know. I don't care whether they're activists or not. Make sure folks are good and help direct them in the space to get some of the things they need. Rick, I'm out of time, brother. I appreciate y'all as always. Y'all can hit me at Jeff's Nation on all social media.
I appreciate it, Jeff, man. Thank you so much. It's Rick's About the Morning Show.